You got paid this week, maybe 3 days ago, and somehow it's already looking thin. You're not reckless. You pay your bills. You show up. You work hard. You earn well. But every month feels like a reset. Money comes in, life takes it. Repeat. If that sounds uncomfortably familiar, stay with me. This video is specifically built for you. Not to judge your choices, but to show you the exact pattern that's running your finances so you can finally break it. Here's a stat that stops most people cold. Survey. Around 36% of U.S. earners making over $100,000 describe themselves as living paycheck to paycheck. A third of six-figure earners, paycheck to paycheck. That's not a spending problem on the surface. It's a pattern problem underneath. And that pattern has a name. It's called lifestyle inflation. It's quiet, it's gradual, it feels completely normal, and it will silently drain your wealth for decades unless you understand exactly how it works. Let me introduce you to Ethan. Ethan is 31, software engineer, lives in Manhattan. He earns $120,000 a year, gross. He's got a Roth IRA at Fidelity, a 401k through his employer, day-to-day banking at Bank of America. On paper, Ethan looks great. Now, let's look under the hood. Rent, $3,200 a month for a one-bedroom in Midtown. Car lease, $480 a month, a car he rarely uses. Subscriptions, $340 across streaming, fitness, and cloud apps. Food and delivery, $700 a month, easily. Student loans, $450 a month, still grinding away. That's before anything spontaneous, a weekend trip, a gadget upgrade, a nice dinner. Reality check. Ethan's take-home after taxes is roughly $84,000 a year, about $7,000 per month. His fixed monthly expenses alone hit $5,170. That's 74% of his take-home, gone every month, on autopilot. Ethan isn't irresponsible. He's doing what everyone around him is doing. That's the trap. Problem 1. Lifestyle inflation. 4 years ago, Ethan was earning $75,000. He made coffee at home, lived in a smaller place, took the subway everywhere. His income grew 60% since then. His spending? It grew right alongside it. This is lifestyle inflation in its purest form. Spending doesn't just rise with income. It races to catch up and often overtakes it. There's a psychological concept behind this. It's called hedonic adaptation. Whatever you have becomes your new baseline. The $3,200 apartment that felt luxurious in year 1, by year 2, it just feels like home. And cutting back feels like going backward, even when nothing about your financial health requires it. Ask yourself, the last time you got a raise, where did that extra money actually go? Next, let's talk about how high cost of living cities make this even harder. Now add the city factor. In New York, San Francisco, Chicago, the math is different before you even start. Ethan pays $3,200 in rent. That same $3,200 buys a mortgage on a 3-bedroom in Columbus, Austin, or Charlotte. Then add New York City income taxes on top of federal. Ethan's effective tax rate lands around 30%. That $120K becomes $84K fast. And if you have kids, childcare in NYC averages $2,500 a month. That's a second rent check just for daycare. Here's the key insight. High cost of living cities don't cause lifestyle inflation. They do make it accelerate dramatically. The city costs are real. That's not the whole story, though. The discretionary choices on top, that's where the real gap lives. Problem 3. Crushing debt. Let's talk about the debt layer. Ethan has $38,000 left in student loans. Average rate, 6.5%. Monthly payment, $450. He also has a credit card he pays off mostly. Some months, $300, $400 rolls over. At 22% APR, that compounds fast. Here's what's subtle about debt at this income level. It doesn't feel urgent. He can cover the minimums, so it just sits there, costing him silently. The math. At 6.5%, every $10,000 in student debt costs around $650 per year in interest alone, not principal. That's money not compounding in his Fidelity account. Debt doesn't just cost money, it costs opportunity. Here's the one nobody talks about. At Ethan's income level, there's social pressure to look the part, to keep up, to project success. His colleagues are leasing BMWs. His friends are doing weekend trips to Miami. His LinkedIn feed looks like a highlight reel of ambition. And Ethan is quietly wondering, am I the only one not keeping up? What he doesn't see is that most of those people are financing the same illusion he is. The paradox. The more you feel pressure to display wealth, the harder it becomes to actually build it. Real wealth is quiet. It doesn't post on Instagram. It compounds in a brokerage account nobody sees. So what does Ethan and what do you actually do about this? Here are 4 concrete moves in order of impact. Step 1. Automate savings and investing before you touch a dollar. Ethan's biggest mistake? Investing what's left over. There's rarely anything left over. Flip the order. Set his 401k contribution to at least 10%, ideally 15%. It comes out pre-tax. He doesn't miss what he never sees. Max the Roth IRA at Fidelity, $7,000 this year. Set it to auto-contribute monthly, $583 a month. Done. Automated. Non-negotiable. Long-term impact. Bumping 401k from 4% to 12% on a $120,000 salary equals roughly $9,600 more invested. Over 25 years at 7% return, $800,000 plus in additional wealth. Step 2. Track your spending, then apply a real framework. Not a restrictive budget, a directional framework. A straightforward one, the 70-10-10-10 rule. 70% for living expenses, 10% for saving, 10% for investing, 10% for debt repayment. For Ethan, at $7,000 take-home, $4,900 living, $700 saving, $700 investing, $700 debt repayment. Right now, his living costs alone exceed 70%. That means something has to give, and he needs to see it clearly. Apps like Monarch Money or YNAB make this visible in real time. You can't fix what you can't see. Step 3. Eliminate impulse spending. Create a waiting rule. Ethan upgrades his phone every 18 months. New AirPods whenever Apple releases a version. Weekend trip booked Friday at 11 p.m. None of these break the bank individually. Together, they quietly consume thousands a year. A simple rule is any purchase over $200 wait 72 hours. Over $500, wait a week. Most impulse decisions don't survive a week of reflection. And when they do survive, they were probably worth it. Step 4. Decouple your lifestyle from your income. Every time Ethan gets a raise, his baseline shifts up. New raise, better apartment, nicer car. Here's a different model. When income goes up, split the increase. Half to lifestyle upgrades, half directly to savings or investments. His next raise might be $10,000 a year more. That's $400 more in take-home. Put $200 towards lifestyle, $200 into his Fidelity account. Doesn't feel like sacrifice, but it compounds dramatically over time. One more thing worth naming. All of this assumes life stays stable. It often doesn't. Interest rates shift, inflation erodes purchasing power, markets correct, sometimes sharply. Unexpected medical bills, layoffs, emergencies, they happen. An emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of expenses isn't optional. For Ethan, that's roughly $15,000 to $30,000 in a high-yield savings account. Many online banks currently offer 4.5 to 5% APY. Put it to work. FDIC insures up to $250,000 per bank. Keep that in mind if you're spreading cash across accounts. Debt with variable rates, credit cards, HELOCs, becomes more dangerous when rates rise. Pay those down aggressively. Here's the truth about Ethan. His income isn't the problem. His awareness is. Once he can see the pattern clearly, lifestyle creep, debt drag, spending on autopilot, the path forward gets a lot more obvious. You don't need to earn more. You need to keep more of what you already earn. That starts with making your financial decisions intentionally instead of just letting life decide for you. You're already earning well. Now it's time to let that income actually build something. If this gave you clarity, subscribe. I cover this kind of thing every single week. No hype, no noise, just clear financial thinking. And if someone in your life needs to hear this, share it. Sometimes the right video at the right moment changes everything. See you in the next one.